What's up, everybody? Welcome to season 4, episode 1 of SIDE CHATZ. Last season, we had a beautiful lineup of female founders. This season, we still have an amazing lineup of founders coming up. But without further ado, let me introduce you to my first guest. Julien, come on in, Julien. What's up, my man? How you doing? You good?
Good.
All right. Have you done an ice bath before?
I have, but it's been a while, so that's gonna hurt.
Oh, okay. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
You ready, Julien?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, great. Let's go. Let's go to the side. Let's sit by the tub. Let's dip your feet in. Oh.
So go in, right?
Yeah. Go, grab a seat. All right, how are you feeling?
Cold as hell.
Julien, thank you for coming to the show, my
Thank
friend.
you for having me.
Awesome. All right, without further ado, tell us about yourself. Tell us your story. Tell us.
So I'm Julien, ex-Google, French guy, started at Google way back in EMEA, was in sales, and I moved to marketing in Brazil. I was taking care of YouTube in Brazil. Then I left to try the wonderful world of startups.
Okay.
Eventually founded a consulting company in digital transformation a bit by accident. Then moved to Singapore 7 years ago, relaunched the company here, and got tired of consulting. And so recently I've launched a startup in the insurance business.
Oh.
And we're building the next operating system for insurance companies, starting with claim processing, fraud detection, and customer support.
Very interesting. Tell us a bit more about the startup that you just spoke about.
Yeah. So I started working as a consultant for that cool insurance company, and realized that the claim processing was very, very clunky, with a lot of inaccuracies, very unproductive, a pain in the butt for people working there.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the next buddy from Google, Gilbert, who's an AI engineer, we decided to try and tackle that. Build the solution with that first client, and now we're deploying it all over the region. That client has implemented it already, so it's up and running.
Awesome.
And we're getting our first clients. So very beginning of the journey, but super exciting. And yeah, lots of good news in the last few weeks.
Maybe know the name of your startup.
Yeah, of course. That's a good
That's a good question.
So the startup is called Novo AI, and our baseline is transforming insurance one claim at a time.
Wow, wait, that's a good one. Transforming insurance one claim at a time. Novo AI.
Novo AI.
Novo AI. All right, guys, check out Novo AI. Okay, without further ado, Julien, first question. So, an amazing quote that I read. If you can be in a good mood for no reason, then you can be in a bad mood for no reason. That being said, how do you think emotions affect a startup's trajectory to success?
I think when you launch a startup, you have a level of ambiguity and of stress that's probably much higher than anywhere else.
100%.
Stress can be linked to lack of funds, can be linked to the fact that you have no idea what you're building and who's going to buy it.
Yep.
Can be a bunch of stuff. Could be your wife getting on your butt because you're not making any money, or your husband in the case of female founders. So I think the stress management is a very, very important one, and take it as a marathon and not a sprint, knowing that the journey is going to be long, and so really learning to manage that. And bad news are going to come along the way. There's more stuff that go wrong than go well.
Mm-hmm.
So you really need to kind of like get ready for that, and just like not let it affect you, and not get too emotional about it. Actually.
Got it. Do you have any advices that could tackle this emotion, like 1 or 2 advices or experiences that you had?
So I think sleep is the most important. Make sure you have some sleep. I see a lot of founders, or like there's this kind of like hustler culture where you need to work 24/7 every day and all that.
Yeah.
I don't actually believe much in that. I think you become smarter when you're rested and when you take actual breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to not work in the weekend when I can. Try to spend some time with the kids, and that actually makes your brain work in the background and help you find the solution and gets you smarter and more productive during the week.
100%. I think a healthy body and a healthy mind is the first key to absorbing all that knowledge and then trying to actually lay it out and make it work.
Whenever that doesn't work, just jump in a ice bath.
Well, talking about jumping into an ice bath, I guess we're going to jump into an ice bath. Are you ready?
This is really part of it.
This is really part of it.
Okay,
so what we're going to do is we're going to not take our time
No.
and get in. And you ready, Julien?
No, absolutely not.
All right, let's do this. Oh my goodness.
Well, you said there were ice in it.
That was for you.
This is for real.
Time to jump on to our next question.
Cool.
Again, an amazing quote. Magic you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding, right? So that being said, what do you think are 2 major or main problems that startups face that they keep procrastinating and not try to solve it?
I can think of two, I think. The first one is actually finding clients. That's your first and only priorities for the beginning, at least for the business side of stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you're lucky to be like me and have an amazing co-founder that builds the tech, then should be only focused in finding clients, and not wait for any second. And not only find clients, but find clients that can pay you. So it's not about only talking to a lot of people. It's about charging them money and see who's actually stupid enough to pay you at that stage, because that means you're really onto something that has value for them, right? So get them excited, but excited to the point where they write the check. I think the second one is too many people get too attached to the idea, and they miss exploring assumptions that they're too convinced about. So I think trying to prove yourself wrong every single opportunity you have. So talking to people that you think are not going to be your client, testing versions of the product, at least like prototype, or at least talk about a version of the product to potential clients to see how they react. And we've actually found a few opportunities like that where we're like, oh, I never thought that would be relevant.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Makes a lot of sense. All right, Julien, so we've come to a point where we do this eyesight tradition. So basically the last founder left you a question, Serena. So basically Serena's question to you was, what is one underrated skill that founders should have?
So I'll preach for my own parish, but I've been working with design thinking for 16 years now. I started when I was at Google. Design thinking is also called human-centered design. It's basically human-focused creative problem solving. So it's a way to find solutions to problems that are really focused on the user needs. And I think that's been helping me throughout the journey, like interviewing users, really talking and trying to get to the depth of the root cause of the problem. And I see, I've been mentoring a startup in my life, and I see that a lot of users actually lack that skill and going and talking to users and really go into the depth, and they just like jump on the solution too fast. And so really defining your problem and diving to the root cause.
I think that's an amazing feedback or answer, I would say, because I think a lot of startups fail doing that because they feel that they have found the right solution already.
And those two are linked, right? So
exactly.
It's finding that, but also then questioning the fact that you might have the right problem or you might not.
Correct.
And so it's really diving into that and then continuously questioning yourself.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. All right, we've come to the end of the show where you would
I was just starting to feeling comfy.
Oh. Well, let's leave him here until the next episode. Julien, could you please leave us a question for the next founder?
So imagine that the world goes to crap and everything we know about tech is gone.
Whoa.
What would you, next founder, whoever you may be, do if tech wasn't a thing anymore?
Damn. Okay, that's a very, very interesting question. Well, next founder, be ready.
And you're welcome.
What if the world does not have any more tech? All right. Thank you so much, Julien, for coming to the show. It's been an amazing experience. Next founder, we're waiting for you. Let's go. Have a great weekend, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Woo! Go on, my friend. Go on.